Hello guys, welcome back to Everquest. I'm in Felwithe right now, killing Felwithe Guards. I found that these guys are actually really good experience, and I can kill them using 3 dots and a root. So, yeah, what you do is you pretty much just put Ignite Blood on them, you throw a Splurt on them, and I was putting an Envenomed Bolt on them, but that kind of takes a little mana, so the Assistily actually works. Now, the thing with these guards that's important to remember is they cast. They will root, stun, and dispel. That's pretty much all they do is dispel, I found out. So I have J Boots up in my first slot, and every time they dispel me, I just re-put J Boots back on. And unless you let them buff themselves first, I found out that they pretty much for the most part die when Splurt wears off. So Splurt's a good spell. It's my highest damaging dot. It starts out doing what, like 22 damage, and it goes up 11 damage each tick until it gets to 175, I think, or 176 for the last dot. So I'm not sure if these guards vary in health, but I'm 51 now, and I've been looking around for places to hunt, and if you don't want to group, then I found out killing guards is a really good way to go. I was in Butcher Block killing Dwarf guards, and I can fear them and use a pet, but I get much more experience not using a pet, so I don't know. I just like Felwithe. Also, they drop two-handed swords, which I filled my bags full of, as much as I could anyways. And those sell for 20 platinum each, so you can have newbies sell for you while you're here. And you can get some pretty good money too while you're doing it. Because I haven't found many places that offer very good XP. Butcher Block, I don't know why. With a pet and fearing them, it just seemed like 3 hours would get me one, or not 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. 1 or 2 hours would get me a blue. Now I can almost get 2 blues in that same time, so. And I think I'm out of room for swords, but he did have an opal. But yeah, I've been playing around with this a lot to get kind of the perfect combination, and it kind of just kills them before the last dot wears off, and Indigo Brotherhood faction goes up, so that's always nice. The Dark Elf warriors, I believe. But it's very important you get them before they buff themselves. Once they put a symbol on, you're going to have to do a life tap or something, which I'm going to have to anyways. There he goes, dispelling. J Boots are gone, but they're already back. And I just kind of throw these dots on. Now, the good thing about using these 3 dots also is none of them do direct damage to start, so the root does not break. And I'm using a Paralyzing Earth, which is a 3-minute root, so it just lasts until long after the dots. But I do believe at least one, I think this guy, this Legver, has more health than the other guards. I don't know why, so I might do a life tap on him. And I think there's another one, Guard Miston. The ones that spawn in the middle of the bridge and walk around, those ones seem to have more health. But I'm going to see right now. Maybe it's just because I let them buff up first. I don't know. I'm still trying to get my Staff of Dreaded Gaze. I went ahead and took my Flowing Black Silk Sash off my warrior since I don't really play him that much anymore. I thought it was kind of silly to have such a large twink item on him. So hopefully I can sell that and maybe sell some other things and get one of those. I don't think I'm going to go camp it because I've heard some pretty bad stories. You can spend a lot of time down there and really come out with nothing. So I'd rather just get that item and move on. Okay, so he didn't have more health. Now on this bridge, Yeah, the 2 guards that'll spawn, one spawns up front, Miston spawns in front of that building and he'll walk off. And then there's 2 guards on either side, and then there's 2 guards on the other side. So you kill those and you get pretty good experience, and I'm not sure what their spawn time is. Maybe 20 minutes? I might be way off on that. It seems like about 20 minutes. Maybe 25 minutes. Yeah, see, I finished those 2 guards with full mana. So... as long as you have something to put in the slot where they're gonna dispel you, that seems to be the key. Because they do a lot of dispelling action. And I'm glad that's all they do. They will root, like I said, and they've stunned me a couple times. It doesn't really do anything. When they root me, then they can just kind of dispel the crap out of me from there. But if you want to avoid getting dispelled, all you have to do is run way back or hide behind a wall like this, and they can't cast on you, so it works out. But this is a good place. I do like coming here. Let's see. I'm probably going to come here for all my experiencing, since I like it so much. Probably get 53 and 54 here. I don't know how long I can stay here, but I just don't like going to those popular zones or everyone else is at, you know. And it just seems kind of lame to go to the same places. You know, Carnor's Castle, City of Mist. I don't really like that zone. So, Felwithe it is. It was kind of weird because lately I've been killing guards, and I didn't notice right when I was killing the guards that anyone was doing that. So, kind of shocked me because I logged on this morning and I went to go find some guards somewhere. I think I went to Butcher Block to kill those outside guards, and those were camped, and the docks were camped. So I went over to Paladin, which I hadn't done before. I didn't think anyone really hunted in Paladin. I didn't think that was the zone you hunted in, but I guess it's just like this. It's kind of the same level guards. It'd probably be a little better because at least they don't dispel. But these are Paladin Guards, by the way. But anyways, yeah, I went over there, and someone was actually killing the dwarves there in Paladin, so I was going to go either here or Akanon, and I'm glad I came here. But yeah, everything was just kind of camped. But I never thought of going killing inside city guards. Now, I know you can't kill the outside guards. I think they're really brutal. I think they have very high magic resist, like 20,000 health or something. It's not really possible. So, same with the Priest of Discord. But yeah, these guards are paladins, and one thing you should know is I was first killing them with a pet. Right? I came in here, I summoned a pet, and I didn't want to fear and snare them, so they, go running in there, because there's guild masters right in there, and I already had to, go around with the enchanter guild master when I went to the next side of Felwithe where the caster guilds are. One got away, root broke, and then I couldn't cast on him. He was under a bridge or something. Somehow he ended up in the guild, and then the enchanter guild master came out, casted a huge dot on me, and punched me for like 200, and I was able to zone. I couldn't life tap anything because I had like 20% health and everything would just kill me, so I gated back to my bind point. I died from the dot, and then, well, I knew this, but if you are dotted and you gate, then you actually don't lose experience. You'll die and not lose experience. So if you're dotted and you don't know what else to do, just gate. You can die and then loot your body right back. So there's 2 other guards that spawn over here, and then Miston right in the middle. So I'm kind of waiting for them. But yeah, what I was saying was these are Paladin Guards. So I had my pet up, and they would do all their spells. They'd root the pet, they'd heal themselves. They don't seem to heal themselves when they're rooted and just dotted. I don't know why. And then obviously when they got down to below 20% health, they lay of hands to themselves, which I thought was some bull crap. And then it took like almost full mana just to that's not who I was talking. I've actually killed that guy before, but it just works out better if I stick to the bridge and not try to overdo it, because then these guards spawn while I'm killing him, and then they buff themselves, and then it just kind of messes up my timers and everything. So yeah, I got full mana now. I probably could do another guard or another 2 guards, but this one over here should be spawning any second now. But yeah, they'll lay hands on themselves. So, you know, when they're rooted, you got to just keep them rooted, and they don't seem to do that. I don't know why they don't. They just don't do it. All they'll do is dispel you and occasionally try to root you. So the Paralyzing Earth spell is really good for that. Because it doesn't really break off. It's kind of like the Everlasting Root. Now at 52, I get a new Scourge. I think it's called Plague, though. Because, yeah, this is a 39. I don't even use that anymore. Now, with the guards that spawn here, I don't want to fight them over here, so I just kind of darkness them. Very low-level darkness. Pull them away from that bridge, because, you know, you saw that one guard. He kind of goes back there, and who knows what else will add on. And then before you know it, I'm going to get the Cleric Guildmaster, so I know how it works. This ain't my first rodeo, so I just like to play it safe. Now with this one, I'm just going to run around him. Yeah, you can dispel me. I'll just put it right back. As long as I'm out of his line of sight, he won't... Oh, I'm slipping in the water. Okay. I don't want to go down there. I don't know how to get back up. Maybe over there. So... It is a really nice city. You know, all these kind of marble tiles they got everywhere. It's pretty nice. And that's another reason I like hunting here, I think, is because it is a very nice city. Nice things to look at. Unlike when you're, you know, hunting in Lower Guck, it just kind of, it's really depressing. I don't know why the Froglocks like to live like that, but that's what they like, so can't blame them. I mean, they are what they are. Yeah, the experience is going by nicely now. That's it for him. Didn't know I was in that view. Goodbye, Almain. And there's Miston right there. I want to get him away. I don't know if he's already buffed himself. I don't know how long he was actually standing there. He wasn't there when I was looking. But you want to put Ignite Blood on first, because this one is the little over 2 minute dot. And since it only does 56 damage, you want to get it on first so it does its full extent of the dot, or at least as much. And it pretty much does. I don't know how many ticks it would have left if you let it go on, but probably not many. But yeah, if nothing else, these J-boots are perfect for this. Just to kind of keep something up there so he can... Because if he was dispelling Lich or Dead Man Floating or my shield, you know, I couldn't keep up with... Lich, I guess, wouldn't be that bad, except I'd have to keep putting Lich back up, you know. Actually, you know what I'm going to do with this guy? I'm not going to drain him. On the next one, I'm going to do a Bond of Death spell. Takes a little more mana, but it gives me like 50% health. It'll do it over the course of a minute and a half, though, so I use that in some cases. Not very often. But, yeah, now that I got my, what is this, a Tolapum's robe, it adds haste, so I can really work that sludge mallet when I'm going over there, because it's got a 50 delay, so now when I'm hammering off something, it makes it a little easier, so that haste is really, really helpful for that sort of thing. It's really the only meleeing I do. And when I'm working on two-hand blunt, that's when I pull out my ugly stick from the, you might remember it from the Cyclops mini video. That's the stick I use to work on my two-hand blunt. And it's pretty fast now, so all I gotta do is get like a sand giant, or I guess those are turning green to me now. Something dark blue con, and all I do is fear it, and then fear and snare, and then go behind it and start beating on it. And, you know what? I'm gonna pull this guy. I'm getting tired of him just walking through. He will be fully buffed, though, since he's been walking around, but I'm going to put a dot on him, this Bond of Death anyway, so I think that'll finish him off. Because they'll put symbol on themselves and everything else, whatever else a Paladin does. But this is a good system I have going here now with these dots. There's that other one spawned, he's buffing himself now. So I'll get this up, and maybe I'll just pull him too, because I don't want that timer to be messed up. I'm not going to be here too much longer. I might get my level, and then log. I might not even get that far, though. Yeah, I'll just wait for this to kill him, I think. So what I've done now is I've got the, I think it's called Convergence spell for the 53 Necromancer Resurrection. And I got Sacrifice. Now I know this takes an emerald to cast, which I have. I've bought some emeralds. And you cast it on someone, and it sacrifices them. They don't get their experience back. They just die. And you sacrifice them, and it gives you an Essence Emerald. Now, what the Essence Emerald does is then I can cast that Convergence on them, on a corpse, and then it's a 93% experience res. I don't think that dot's going to be enough, so I'm just going to throw this on him. Give him a heart attack. So I'm going to be testing that out. Now, I did ask someone from my guild about this, because it seems like, can't I just get Essence Emeralds by sacrificing newbies? And someone said, no, you got to be 36 plus. Someone says you got to sacrifice someone that's 45 plus. If that was the case, that kind of, to me, makes the spell useless, because I don't know of anyone who will want to, you know, who's level 45 plus that would want to lose experience unresable. And you don't see many Essence Emeralds for sale. So, not sure how that's going to work. Maybe I could pay someone to sacrifice them, I don't know. But yeah, whenever I see an essence emerald for sale, I'm going to have to start buying those. And this guy did buff himself, so I am going to have to burn him down. Unfortunately. It's unfortunate I have to do this, but it's got to be done. Well, after he's done dispelling me. And he will turn into a skeleton. Yes. Now he's a skeletal guard. He looks like he belongs in Payneal. I like how that spell looks, too. You know, all the fire that's around me and stuff. All the embers. That didn't always look like that. Well, actually, this spell probably did. But, you know, as you get higher in level, I think... Well, I thought it was level 20. Maybe it's not. But your spells start looking a lot better when you cast them. There's more color. They're bigger. And I think there's a third part of that, too. I thought it was maybe after 51, but I don't really... Maybe it's like level 60 or something. Your spells look even better, so... I don't know. I guess I'll keep a lookout for it. But, yeah, I think I'll need one more sword. Oh, I don't have room. Oh, I got crap everywhere. So, don't worry, I'm not a mob skeleton. I will not hurt you. You are free to loot the guard. They'll sell for 20 platinum, so a newbie, you know, really wants to hold on to one of those. But I guess I do look pretty scary. I mean... Well, I'd look a lot scarier if I could get that staff. I don't know what this little dome is that I'm holding in a coffee cup. That's not overly horrific, but it is what it is. So, I think I'm going to end this video right here as I wait for the next cycle of spawns, but that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm going to be in Felwithe a lot in the near future, just leveling up, because I'm really enjoying this place. Then again, I was enjoying Kesora too, if you remember watching that video, and I think I said the same exact thing, and eventually it got old. That's what happens with zones.